असंभव सिर्फ एक सोच का नाम है, कदम बढ़ाने से राह निकल जाती है। जिंदगी कोई बंद किताब नहीं, हर पन्ने पलटने से कहानी बदल जाती है। हेलो एवरीवन, माय नेम इज संजय दुआ। आई एम द फाउंडर ऑफ दुआस नॉलेज पोर्टली। वेलकम टू येट अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ पोर्टली ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटीज। वी लिव इन अ वर्ल्ड वेयर वी आर टॉट डोंट से नो, keep hustling, jaldi आगे बढ़ो. But there is a person who say no most of the time, not because of laziness, but because of the pause and the intention. हमें कहा जाता है जीवन को ऑटो पायलट मोड में डालो. ये इंसान है जिन्होंने एक सॉफ्टवेयर तो बनाया है ऑटो पायलट मोड में, बट खुद काफ़ी पॉज और काफ़ी रिफ्लेक्ट करते हैं. टुडे इन दिस एपिसोड ऑफ पोर्टली ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटीज वी आर गोइंग टू एक्सप्लोर एंड अनपैक द लाइफ फुल ऑफ रिदम rather than restlessness, and how saying less yes can help you explore a Pandora of possibilities. So today, I'm so glad and so honored to invite the guest for today's podcast. And I'm so happy that today, one of my dearest friend, Mr. Jay Kejriwal, has accepted our invitation to be the guest for our next podcast. So welcome, Jay. Hi,
Thank
Jay.
you, Sanjay. Thanks.
Welcome. Welcome, Jay, to Portly of Possibilities, and thank you so much for accepting our request.
No, thank you for having me.
ग्रेट. पुराने पिक्चर आप देखोगे ना, सो देर इज़ अ विलन, और विलन का एक पेटेंट डायलॉग होता था कि मुझे ना सुनना पसंद नहीं है. एंड वी हैव सीन वर्किंग विद सो मेनी प्रोफेशनल एंड ऑल, ना सुनना शायद बहुत कम लोग होंगे जिन्हें पसंद आता है. आफ्टर नोइंग यू फॉर लास्ट सो मेनी ईयर्स नाउ, आई हैव सीन, प्रोबेबली यू कैन करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, जितने बारी आपके मुँह से मैंने ना सुना है, नॉट फॉर मी बट फॉर सम अदर एस्पेक्ट्स ऑल्सो, लाइक हाउ एंड वाई you are able to say that very fluently ki boss, no, I am not into this. So I want to know the mindset, that what has prompted you to get into this mindset ki boss nahi matlab nahi. So it's like, what is your story, what is the thought behind that particular thing? So I want to know that.
So it's interesting that you say that मैं ना बहुत easily बोल सकता हूँ, because I think that has sort of been a dominant struggle for me for the longest period of time. I've never viewed myself as a person. I always thought I said yes too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think fatherhood changed a lot of things for me, because we struggled to have kids.
Okay.
So when the kids came, I really wanted to give it a lot of time, and I think that was the first time when I became conscious of time. And once I started getting conscious of time and spending more time with kids, I realized that I had to start saying, I read somewhere, you choose work, you choose fun, and you choose family. Maybe you can choose two, and then you can really have a good life.
Okay.
So that sort of line really connected with me, and I said, you know what, I need to really start making choices about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think that, it's interesting you say, and we know each other well, but do I say no all the time? A lot, didn't really think of it that way. But yes, I'm pretty clear about the things that I want now. And with the clarity being better, I think that allows me to say no a little bit more easily.
Excellent. I'm so glad you said yes for coming for this podcast.
So actually, I wanted to say no first because it was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And Sunday is my family day. And my wife and I have a pact, till Friday, Monday to Saturday, and then Sunday is family day. But, I have my tricks. I actually like spending time with you. So I think that makes it a little bit easier. When you like being around people who are positive, I really feed off of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to learn a few things from you every time we have a discussion. So I thought, why not?
Great. So, Jay, and very interesting 2-3 things you mentioned. Like either you have a work or fun or family. So you can have bracket of only 2. It's like giving your priority in terms of where you want to put your priority. Reason why I'm deliberating more on this aspect of your life is a lot of time when we visit corporates also for different trainings program and all, we face a typical pattern that I want to say no to my manager also, or to my supervisor also, but some way or other I am hesitant, and there can be n number of things why I'm not able to say a no to that time. Maybe fear of appraisals, maybe fear of being judged, maybe fear of branded that यार ये तो हमेशा कोई भी काम तो ना ही बोलता है, not accountable. And if you see in a lot of other conversation, I have asked people why this person is your favorite employee. तो मेरे को 90% ऑफ द पीपल से कि संजय वो ना नहीं बोलता है, ही इज अ यस मैन. सो व्हाट इज योर थॉट प्रोसेस? इज इट लाइक, एंड सिंस यू हैव बीन रनिंग मल्टीपल बिजनेस ऑफ योर ओन ऑल्सो, How do you create that kind of a mindset or priority where all you need to say yes or no? Or don't you have that fear of being left out when you say no to someone?
So fear of being left out, probably a lot. I think everyone has gone through it. I think it's not fair to say that you don't have the fear of. I mean, I want to be liked, right? I don't think there are other people who don't want to be liked.
Okay.
I think it just matters less to me now because I think with time I have become a lot more clearer about, like I said, clarity about what I want to be able to do with my life, reflect on it. I'm pretty clear about what I want from my own life.
Okay.
I think that filter is pretty clear to me, which was probably not as clear, maybe certainly not 10 years back, less so 5 years back. So I think that aspect is far clearer. I have young children. I have aging parents. I have my spiritual journey. I have my business. I have many amazing things happening in my life, right? It's really interesting. अब मैं नो के क्वेश्चन से ही जा रहा हूँ. अभी क्या हुआ recently 2 हफ्ते पहले a person joined our professional circle where we network.
Okay.
And he said, 7 सुख होते हैं.
अच्छा.
और मेरे पापा हरदम बोलते 2 सुख. पहला सुख निरोगी काया, दूजा सुख घर में माया. ठीक है. तो निरोगी काया has been a focus of mine for a long time. I live my life like that. And I think more or less with God's grace I have that. दूजा सुख घर में माया, not really have to worry about that. But when he counted out the 7, it got me intrigued. What are the next 5? And so, there were 4, 5, like, your family being around, your children sort of being amenable to you, and essentially a house and a really beautiful home over your head. When he went down and he said, the 7, मेरे को realize हुआ मेरे को तो 7 सुख प्राप्त है. ठीक है. तो बोलता है कि जिन लोगों को 7 सुख प्राप्त हैं, उनकी तो देवताओं की जिंदगी है. Right? And I was like, wow, I mean, revelation for me. So I said, anyway, Ruchi, my wife, and I talk about, I said, we really don't have anything to complain about.
Right.
So जब ये एक और perspective आया, so I was very happy for that. And it made me realize what a amazing life I already have. So I feel like it makes it easier for me to say no to things because I kind of feel like I already have what I want.
That
And more than that, right? So I feel full. I feel happy most of the times. Does that mean that I'm always in a positive state? No. But I kind of feel like I have most of the things, or at least I figured out what I want. And I'm working at it, intentionally. So
great. I think I really like that perspective. But I want to go further into that. So you mentioned that probably 5 years back, you were not into that zone. Probably 10 years back, probably not even there. So you worked in US, you worked in different organization before you moved into business. So आपने बदलाव लाया अपने में.
Right.
There is a change.
It change happened.
It change happened. So ये जो बदला था, ये जो बदलाव था, ये actual में बदला था आप में या कुछ बदला था? Which means it's like your intrinsic something which you wanted to change. या बदला यहाँ पे मैं रिवेंज का बात कर रहा हूँ. I'm asking a bit more into that because most of the time, people change their life because they want to show to the other person कि बॉस तुमने मेरे साथ ऐसा किया था इसलिए मेरे लाइफ ऐसे चेंज हुआ. पीपल हैव हार्ट ब्रेक्स. तो कुछ होते हैं कि हार्ट ब्रेक होने के बाद कोई जिम चले जाते हैं, कोई बॉडी बनाने लगते हैं, कोई बिजनेस बनाने लगते हैं. सो देयर इज सम वे और अदर देयर इज अ पॉइंट इन आवर लाइफ जहाँ पे वो बदलाव का ignition.
You're talking about a trigger.
Trigger.
So certainly there was a trigger, no doubt. So like you said, I lived 10 years in the US. Wasn't sure whether I wanted to come back. I'm born into a business family. There are expectations. We're a traditional business family. But my dad asked me I was also very academically oriented. So I was at Georgia Tech, undergrad, and then really interested in pursuing academics. And so I went into the PhD program and, I was studying, essentially doing research. And my dad asked me, are you going to come back?
Okay.
Fair question. He's like, if you're not, then I will think about things differently.
Right.
And I said, no, I'm not sure. And then he's like, well, figure it out. He gave me the space. Long story short, I decided to come back. I fell in love with my wife there. She's American of Indian origin, but born and raised, so very, very different, right? So I wasn't sure. So when I moved back, there were too many things happening. I was moving after living 10 years in the US with someone who's never lived in India. And I was circumspect, and coming back and working for my father and in a family business. There I was doing consulting and tech and consulting and business strategy, and here I'm coming to work in a farming business.
Okay.
Very different. And when I came back and I was a complete fish out of water, right? Like, even though I'd born and raised, the first 2 or 3 years were rough. Okay, I got married, my wife, living here again,
Leaving that.
with from complete independence to not having complete independence was a big change. And independence in many ways, right? You're living in the same house. I was living independently. Financially, you're joined, and you were not financially joined before. So you have to recalibrate. You have to understand what living together means again. My wife trying to figure out, our family setup and how you live here. Plus, at that time, there were certain personal situations which made things very stressful for me, or at least I did not know how to cope with them.
Okay.
So 2-3 years, I would say, went through a period of mental turmoil, right? Trying to figure out who I am, again, rediscovering myself in some sense, and feeling very lost to a point where I think I reached if you really ask me, that trigger point, right? In 2013, when my grandfather passed.
Okay.
And he was this bigger, larger than life figure who had a huge impact in all of our lives. Amazing man. But when he passed, at that time, I found myself lost, very lost, and stressed, and health not great. Like my blood pressure was fluctuating and blah, blah, blah. And I have never been unhealthy prior to that in my life. I've played blah, blah, blah. So I really felt lost. And so at that point, my sister had been associated spiritually with the Bihar School of Yoga, and she was going there. And, I started a practice called Yog Nidra, which is a very interesting practice because it's a deep relaxation practice. And, I'm a scientist and engineer, right? So I'm like, okay, I used to make fun of my sister. Yeah, you go to this ashram and all of this.
Okay.
And then I was like, hey, listen, what is this practice that you do? Give it to me. And I started practicing Yog Nidra, and it changed my life. I mean, I think that's how I deeply spiritually connected to finding my guru. And I got initiated in a spiritual life. It's a very private part of my life. I don't talk about it much. But my trigger was not being well mentally, primarily.
Okay.
And the change was being initiated into a spiritual journey with my guru, and the sadhana that he gave to me, which I practice. I think that changed my
Outlook and everything.
Yeah, it is an inflection point in my life, right? One of the beautiful things about Bihar School is that it focuses a lot on building awareness. So, when you do Hatha Yoga or any kind of yoga, the idea is that you have to be aware of what you're doing. So, for example, if I'm doing a Surya Namaskar, I have to be aware of my breath, where I'm feeling it. So, bringing awareness into your life is a key theme of our tradition. And I think that sort of has spilled over from there into various other aspects of my life, right? I think once you build more awareness, it becomes easier to say no, since you started.
Absolutely. I think amazing point. And for the audience also, just want to reiterate, you mentioned, there was an inflection point in life where mentally we all go through a lot of challenges. Not every time we are at the same zone.
Right.
And that point in time, person who holds your hand or guides you, I think we should have a lot of gratitude and respect for that thing.
Amazing, yes.
And because you mentioned about that situation, I want to put it on record, and that's very normal to say. When I started my HR consulting piece and, the entrepreneurship in Calcutta, he was the guy, he's still the guy who actually, and that was an inflection point for my business. When you said yes, again, you are very habituated to say no,
Huh.
but there are couple of instances when I found that you have been very okay saying yes to me for my things and all. So I want to understand on that aspect, and you rightly mentioned that spiritual journey changed you in terms of building that awareness. Do you have an actual practice? Reason why I'm asking, people read books, people have heard about emotional resilience, be more self-aware and all, but nobody knows the science, or many of them don't know the science beyond how to build that awareness. So is there a protocol, is there a step by step process which you actually practice to build that self-awareness?
Of course, I mean, yes, Sanjay, I mean, that is why you actually, I mean, we are lucky to be born actually in the Eastern, or I would say, for in my case, the Indian tradition. Because, and you're in Bengal. I mean, if there is a seat, it's Bengal and Bihar. I mean, this is where the spiritual renaissance or the spiritual seat of our country in many ways exists, right?
Okay.
You have great, I mean, Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. I mean, I can go on and on and on about the spiritual tradition and culture of this part of India. To me, that I did not understand it, and I just got from ignorance to light. Okay, in the sense, and not being well was the catalyst. And Guruji says, usually a person only goes to the ashram when he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are material seekers primarily.
Yeah.
Now, when you go and you get initiated into any kind of tradition in
Or a
India,
practice, yeah.
you get a mantra.
Okay.
And your simple practice is mantra chanting, right?
Okay.
Whatever is given to you by your guru.
Okay.
So I
Understood.
practice that, right? And it's as simple as that. And as long as you're keeping that practice regular, you're supposed to do it well. There are some ways your practice is not great because your mind's not
The
there.
right frame,
And
yeah.
there are some days. So your goal is to just keep bringing your mind, which wants to run in 100 different directions.
At the same point.
And you have to उसको केंद्रित करना है आपको, right? आपको अपनी ऊर्जा को केंद्रित करना है, ठीक है? And it you have to bring your awareness back. Mind can go into wherever you focus on. Like हमारे I have a business coach, business gurus, and many great teachers. You are in some sense a teacher in an aspect also. Wherever you focus, it expands, right? The same thing in mind. What I learned from my guru is whatever you focus on internally also expands. So
Brilliant.
so you just keep building that. The mantra is the practice.
So just to reiterate, whatever mantra, whatever suggestion or guidance you practice, there are times when you are deflected from that thing. The objective is to bring it back to that particular attention and again and again.
Yeah.
बहुत बार I have heard people saying that they do meditation, ध्यान नहीं लगता है. And they say कि जब वो meditation में बैठते हैं, उस समय सबसे ज़्यादा ध्यान इधर उधर जाता है. And they get a feeling that बस मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है. So what is your guidance or what is your suggestion to all those people or to us also that when we sit for those kind of practice, it can be any practice which people have understood, बार बार जो ध्यान इधर उधर जाता है, is it good to ठीक है अब नहीं करना है, या you need to have that practice day in and day out again and again and again till the time you get a kind of a
So Sanjay, everything, first of all, I would like to say that everything that I'm going to share here is nothing is original.
Yeah.
Okay. This has been taught by many other people. So I'll
Right.
just sort of share what has worked for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of the things is that you have to do less.
Okay. Do
Okay?
less,
Do less,
not more.
not more.
Okay.
So after doing a lot of more and failing,
Okay.
I realized do less is what works.
Okay. Great.
And be kind to yourself is another thing that I keep saying to myself. In fact, I have it written. Be kind to yourself. My Guruji says, be friends with your mind.
Okay.
So your mind is your biggest friend or your biggest enemy. I believe that. वो बोलते हैं कि एक you have a positive side and a negative side. दोनों वृत्तियां आपके अंदर हैं. आप किसको again ऊर्जा खाना
feed
करते हो वही express करेगा.
Absolutely.
So the point being that do less is one. Be friends with your mind. So what has started working for me is doing very few things every day. So I call it I have this feeling of being unstoppable, right? And I also like to help, like you, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and I have this, amongst many things that I did is finding my why.
Okay.
Right. Again, to know it has helped me say no better. But finding my why means, why do I exist? Why do I want to do what I want to do? We went through this process, and I've written it down, right? Like, it's clear to me. My why is to pursue my own potential and help people realize theirs, right?
Okay.
And when that gives purpose to my new work, when I look at that, I realize that people are generally unstoppable, right? And I actually truly believe that. The problem is that they haven't been able to probably figure it out.
About their why and the
Yeah,
purpose.
and as I have been on that journey, I realized that, okay, I'm unstoppable. Unstoppable means different things for different people, right? When I asked a lot of people what it means for them, it's just a feeling. Either I can't, I'm stuck, or I'm unstoppable, right? And to me, unstoppable has to be in the material form a habit.
Very nice.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
अगेन मैं बोलूंगा कि मेरे गुरुजी ने बोला कि बुद्धि बहुत है, बुद्धि की शुद्धि आप कैसे करते हैं वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो शुद्धि मीन्स प्रैक्टिस, राइट? सो आप प्रैक्टिस क्या करते हो? यू बिकम दैट. सो फॉर मी, लाइक यू सेड, इज दिस समथिंग दैट यू डू? यस, आई डू. देयर आर फ्यू थिंग्स. वन इज माई माला, माई जप, exercise and journaling.
Okay.
So there are 4 things that I have told is my unstoppable code. मेरा गोल रहता है कि मैं ये कर पाऊं. As long as मैं सुबह में ये कर लूं, क्योंकि सुबह के बाद मेरे से कुछ नहीं होता. I am not good at that. So I have realized what works for me is the morning, and doing these 3 or 4 activities in the morning when my time is my own. And if I have done that, I have this feeling
that you are
that
unstoppable.
everything else is going to flow from there.
Yeah, excellent. I think great points, just for the audience, again repeating. When you say do less, I think that was an eye-opener for everyone. People say do more, achieve more, grow more. And then when you say do less, be kind to yourself, have that kind of awareness, understanding your why, what works for you, and then you become unstoppable. And you also talk about an interesting thing, that there are certain aspect of your day when you are more productive, and when you feel that सुबह में काम कर लिया तो शायद बाद में नहीं होगा. And the habit of journaling and writing it down and all. Why I'm asking this in today's modern world is because I'll repeat what I said in the initial opening thing also, that people tell you to achieve more. People tell you to do more. People tell you to keep being busy. Busy is cool. Being busy is like you are doing more in life. I give you my example. When I started my startup 5 years back during COVID time, I was completely relaxed because of no business outside. I have to stay at home. I was reading more. I was reflecting more at that point in time. People said, "Yaar, tum to vela hai." And I was having that kind of an awareness that I'm okay with that. But lot of the way I'm giving you the normal psychology of people. If people find somebody sitting idle, not being invested in day-to-day work more and more, तो पड़ोस वाले भी बोल देते हैं, घर वाले भी बोल देते हैं, बाहर से कोई और भी बोल देता है कि क्या हो गया, तेरा काम वाम नहीं है, you are so idle, you are doing nothing. Now in this world, you have an external pressure to all many people to do more, keep showing up that I am busy, I am continuously running, I am taking flight, going in there and all. It gives them that kind of a thing. I want to understand the psyche. When you say do less, is it like brain and your thought process works in a different way? How do you convince yourself that doing less is actually better than doing exceedingly more on that?
Sanjay, the funny thing is, I don't do less. Right? My point is, I don't end up doing less.
Okay.
But my thought process is that I need to do less. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe it sounds counterintuitive.
Yeah.
I have my family's business, which I run.
Yeah.
I have a very serious board position which I hold, which occupies a lot of my time.
Right.
And I have my new business in software and consulting that I run, which I'm very passionate about and which I'm building. And then I obviously have my family, right? And I like to have fun, right? I like to play. So my life, like I said, is full, right? In that, what my less is my unstoppable habit. Okay.
Okay.
So my feeling, and this has come to me after a lot of, trying something, not feeling great about it, or going through, going back in a phase where I feel very unhappy with myself, and then asking why, and then trying something else, and then, I constantly read.
Okay.
And, books, knowledge, learning. So thankfully, I've constantly read. I think that's another, great thing that, I feel like, when I was troubled, I was not reading. When I'm reading, I'm relaxed, right? So I realized that there are certain things that energize me. Okay, so when I say do less, so you do many things, right? I mean, you're running a business, you do multiple things.
Right.
We are doing this podcast right now.
Right.
How does it make you feel? How does it make
Good.
you feel?
Very good.
Do you feel like it energizes you or de-energizes you?
It takes to a different level.
Your energy is increasing. But let's say you had to make your invoice for giving me service. Would it energize you or de-energize you?
Obviously the other side.
Right?
Yeah.
So we have tasks that energize us or de-energize us.
Correct.
I realized that because I read it somewhere. And I was like, that's great, right? It's very interesting. So I started writing, okay, what are the things that energize me? What are the things that don't energize me?
Super.
Okay, अब जो भी energize नहीं करता है, I'm trying to figure out और कौन कर सकता है.
Delegate that.
हाँ, मतलब कौन कर सकता है? Like, and I would say 70-80% of those you probably can delegate, 20% you probably still have to do.
Right.
In building those unstoppable habits, like exercise, energizes me, right? My mantra, my sadhana is, I won't say always my sadhana is very easy for me, but when I'm not doing my sadhana, I am depleted of energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I realized, because I judge my sadhana, like my quality of my sadhana, and I have to be kind to my mind, I have to remember. So my sadhana is very, very important, and it energizes me. My exercises energizes me. And then journaling, which I have really become much more, I would say, intentional and good with my practice over the last, let's say, year, has hugely expanded my energy by conserving energy. Because when I'm writing, I'm able to relax my mind, and that increases my energy. Right now, funnily, I went through a phase of, like, I had to go deep into learning about AI over the last 4-6 weeks, 8-7 weeks. So what was happening, I was getting up and, I was in creator mode, right? Learning mode. And I was working 14-16 hours. Now, intentionally, I had to go through that. But at that time, my habit of this morning habit suffered. Okay. So my sadhana remained, my exercise and journaling stopped. The last 6-7 days, I was very troubled in sleep. Okay. Made me realize that my morning habit is actually working. Okay. So again, being able to reflect कि मैं अब ये नहीं कर रहा हूँ, and now my sleep is impacted. Now, if your sleep is impacted, your energy is down. Right. So my next day is not as productive. So it is making me realize that, okay, I am probably onto something with my current unstoppable code. And I encourage you to find yours. I encourage everyone I work with to find theirs.
Superb.
Whatever it may be. And that is personal.
Correct.
Right. But it is something that makes you feel energized. Right.
Great. I think, what Jay mentioned is amazing, and we I think faltered in terms of writing. Like, I have seen your diaries, from far away. You keep on writing things. You have a habit of putting everything down on paper. I think it's a learning for all of the audience also who is watching this, that we have certain aspect of our life which energizes us to a different level. So put those into your to-do list that you have to do it, practice every now and then. And something which is not energizing you and, pulling you down or affecting whatever way, I think that's where a lot of possibilities lie. Because, people who are not very clear about their why, you mentioned about purpose and all, writing helps you to understand, actually to explore other possibilities also. And I think reflection, which you mentioned, that you write down and at the night when you're not getting sleep, you are reflecting upon ki kya galat ho raha hai.
Right.
And that's an awesome thing to practice, because most of the time, and again, I'm saying this because I have spoken to so many individuals. Personally, I have felt this also many times. When something is not working for people try to put extra pressure to do it more more to see कि ये हो जाए.
Right.
There are very few who actually take a pause, and when you said your introduction also, that when you live with a life with a more pause, more reflection, that nahi ho raha, so let's take a pause and reflect upon what is not working for me. And I think that's an out of the box thing which you practice. And next question, when you say about habit forming exercises or doing this or again, nobody is watching you. Whether you are doing it your sadhana, whether you are doing your chants, whether you are doing your habit journaling and all. And that's important for all of us to understand. When nobody is watching you, nobody is giving you marks for your habits, what keeps you motivated, or what is that possibility within you? You think कि नहीं मेरे को ये करना है, because कैमरा के सामने सब कुछ अच्छा होता है, and there is an interesting grid which I saw in fact today only, which says that लोग क्या सोचते हैं doesn't matter, लोग क्या फील करते हैं doesn't matter, लोग क्या बोलते हैं doesn't matter, लोग क्या करते हैं, the bigger part of that thing is in that. There's a few people who said that यार वो फोन नहीं किया, क्यों नहीं किया, तो बोलते हैं यार मैं तो तुम्हें दिन रात याद करता हूँ. बोले जब अगर आप याद करते हैं तो आपको फोन करके बताना चाहिए.
Right.
So people keep saying things, people keep feeling things, believing in things, but very less people I have seen, they actually do what they are actually feeling doing. But you are one of them who actually does lot many things in practical essence. So what is that thought? I want to go into deeper understanding of your mind. What makes you do things even when somebody is not watching that?
So again, I think I tell Arjun, my son, that don't get into the habit of lying to yourself.
Okay.
So this is something that came to me, like for example, right? You write a goal. Okay, and I write in my diary, I will work on getting 10 new customers, suppose. Now I write it and I don't do anything.
Right.
And I tell myself this is my goal, but I don't take any action. So what have I done? I have just lied to myself.
Right, correct.
Okay, and no one else cares really, and that's really not that important what other people think, because it's my goal.
Correct.
My success, my failure, everything is mine. So I realized that, this is unconsciously. You and words, abhi wo, I think Banida is around. We all did this class with this coach or teacher called Mr. Vern Harnish.
Scaling up things.
Scaling up. So bole, here use some line like words have massive impact or something like it. He said it better, but it was basically your words have a lot of power. And I truly believe that because words, program your psychology and your subconscious. I believe that. And when you write also, or you say something, and then when you don't do it, or you say it's okay that I didn't do it or I didn't act on it.
Correct.
Then you are practicing lying to yourself, practicing accepting that it's okay to not do what you are saying. And I think that then filters into every aspect of your life, right? So when I say do less, how many things will you write? You can write 100.
Right.
And you can't do 100. So then you will lie to yourself. So that's why I say that, write very few things. So मैं एक ही चीज बोलता हूँ, right? मेरे business का कोई goal नहीं है, actually है, पर वो हमारे context of running the business में है, पर मेरे daily चीज में अगर मैं अपना unstoppable habits ही कर लूँ, तो I know that one practice in the morning will
help you in that.
In every aspect. My family, my business, my relationships, my health, it'll flow from there, right? So for me, I've just simplified it for myself. And I think it is working for me. I'm not sure everybody's programmed the same way, but I truly believe that you have to feel you were productive. Whether you were or were not, I don't know. But if you don't feel, you'll certainly not produce.
Correct.
But if you feel, and it is tied to what you're trying to do in your life, then I think somewhere you will be able to produce the results that you want. And again, this, I've read so many books, so gyan ka abhav to hai nahi. We live in the world of YouTube and knowledge and posting and media and all of this stuff. I think now the key skill for people is to figure out how to do less. Right? Itna hai, we have the age of abundance.
Focus.
So focus is much more challenging. There is another monk, since you and I talk about monks a lot.
Yeah.
Danda Pani, right?
Yeah.
So he says we practice distraction. It's a very interesting concept. We are in the world where we practice distraction.
Yeah.
Right? You and I are talking, someone came, I started looking at them, and now you are again distracted. Bytes and reels are 1 minute or 30 seconds. But we can't read for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So he said one very interesting thing, which is that if you start something, finish it. So what do you mean by that? So you and I are doing this. I said yes. I showed up. We finished. Let's finish this entire thing. So, he said very simple how you can practice daily. And I started doing is that when you get up, getting up is not when you wake up and your eyes open. You wake up, you fold your rajai and you आप अपना बेड को ठीक करके बेड बना लो.
Correct.
That is waking up.
Wow.
Okay, so your eating finishes when you go and pick up your plate, wash it and put it away.
Yeah.
So he's saying that, if you start practicing these very small things in your daily practice, then it will flow into other aspects of your life. And when you want to start finishing things, starting things very easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Finishing things is very hard.
Absolutely. Great.
I think both yours and mine may have a world full of unfinished projects.
Absolutely. I think brilliant thing which you mentioned, people start certain thing, but shuru ho gaya, but wo finished line tak jana, it's great thing. Another thing which you mentioned, like when you write certain thing for yourself, I come back to that again, alignment part. And if you're not doing, you are actually cheating to yourself. It means that you are telling people to do this, you're preaching people to follow this, but actually yourself, you are not aligning to that particular thing. So, because you are into those spiritual journeys and practices also, do you find when people are not aligned, and again, it's a very open-ended question, when people are not aligned to what they say, what they do, and who they are, can you get hold of those people during interactions?
I think so, because you having gone through it, right? I think you can understand that where people are. And I guess primarily also because of my work, where I have to work with other business owners,
right,
primarily. I think we're all going through the same journey, right? We're just trying to be the best version of ourselves.
Correct.
And I think everybody is struggling with similar things, some more in one aspect, some in another. And I think when you start asking questions like you are asking questions today, you uncover similar traits. Right. I think it's just a question of, मुझे करना है या नहीं करना है, right? Like I think you are able to certainly identify with your team, your people around. Hey, listen, do you really want to do it? And now I think, I started asking my team, and even in goal setting for our company, for example, even with my clients, I said, let's not do too much. Let's just focus on a very small thing that will drive the biggest result.
Correct.
And let's finish that.
Correct.
I'm sure if we can finish this, we'll be able to take something else and finish that. And I think that, once you start practicing that in your life, it spills over, like I said, right? And I'm seeing that now you're asking me, I'm thinking through, right? The way I work with my team. Like you and I, right? We've had missteps along the way in implementing the HR function in my company. But we've said we will finish it, right? I think you've always asked, okay, how long do we work together? And I said, I don't know the answer to that until we finish it, right? And I think it's played out, and, many things are finished, and now new things are starting. And now we will finish them, right? So I think being patient, not being rushed,
it helps.
It helps.
Great. So another thing, you worked with different, organization earlier. Now you're managing many other organization. I want to understand the importance of these practices. Why I'm asking this, because a lot of people should be aware of that if you have a particular spiritual or adhyatma, kuch bhi hota hai, whether it's be writing, whether it's be journaling, whether it's be saying what you do, aligning yourself to that particular thing, how it affects you mentally, or how it affects your entire personality or persona in staying humble, in staying grounded. Like, are those kind of thought process, you get into that particular zone in your mind that ये सारा कुछ नश्वर ही है, यू नो. एंड यू नो, गोइंग इनटू मोर फिलोसफिकल थिंग, बिकॉज वो किसी ने कहा ना, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग चीज. आई वाज जस्ट कमिंग एंड आई वाज हियरिंग समवेयर अ लाइन व्हिच सेज दैट घर चाहे जितना भी बड़ा हो, आप एक कमरे में सोते हैं और एक कमरे में रहते हैं, बाकी घर में आपका गुरूर रहता है. यू नो, एंड दैट लाइन हिट मी लाइक कि एक्चुअल में ह्यूमन बींग्स, यू नो, आई हैव गॉट दिस बिग हाउस, आई हैव गॉट दिस बिजनेस, आई हैव गॉट सो मेनी थिंग्स, बट आप एक्चुअली में, आपके लिए तो वो छोटा सा जगह का ही रिक्वायरमेंट है सोने का. बाकी तो आपको शायद, यू नो, दैट ईगो, दैट गुरूर, दैट शोइंग ऑफ टू पीपल दैट, यू नो, कम ऑन, सी what all things I am having. So my question to you is, these kind of habits which are very reflective, very, I would say, deep and intrinsic thing, how does it help you in keeping yourself? And I know because you are that kind of a person, very grounded, humble, and don't have those kind of thing. How it helps in this journey?
Okay. So I think how you're saying how reflection helps in this journey.
Yes. To keep you, you know, in terms of grounded, keeping it to the core, to attach to your values and not getting into that air.
So I think 2-3 things.
Yeah.
Here, my father is a very big influence. My mother is a very big influence on my life. My father more so because we are connected in business together. And so we spend a lot of time together. My dad is very grounded and humble, right? And I think that that's had a massive impact on me. I certainly believe that you can't beat your environment. You know, I'm again another thing, like you said, right? This is another thing that helps me say no. So you can't beat your environment.
Right.
This is something I actually heard in a TED talk also, where a person who's done research on this talked about how your environment will always win. I think I've been very lucky from my grandfather's time. Our branch of the family has had some adhyatmic influence in our life. Okay. There was one person named Parvartikar Baba. Then there was Sri Dayanand Saraswati ji. Every generation starting from my grandfathers has been associated with someone who has had one influence. The thing has come down to my father, who's a big. He's actually an engineer and mathematician who ran the business. He's constantly, we spend some time in the morning. That's part of our ritual. At least 3-4 times a week,
Okay.
we will have breakfast together.
Okay.
And he will then say, remember, you are, you know, he's a physicist. He likes to think about cosmos, this, that, and the other. He says, remember, you're just a speck, right?
Yeah.
And we are nothing, right?
Correct.
Like, हमारा जो ये जो
Wajud,
creation
that
है,
thing, yeah.
this creation is massive. And so he keeps, you know, that is a perspective that's in my ear all the time. Then he'll say, याद रखना, काठ लगने वाला है, right? और वो उतना ही kg में तुम्हारा भी काम होगा, right? It's very funny. So we, like you're talking about, तो मेरा एक the fun, और जो आप मेरे को जानते हो, मेरे को चाबी भरने में बहुत मजा आता है. तो मैं ना नारद मुनि से बहुत रिलेट करता हूँ. सो मेरे को घी डालना कभी कभी बहुत अच्छा लगता है. सो देयर आर पीपल यू कम अक्रॉस हु आर वेरी, यू नो, बोस्टफुल ऑफ देयर सक्सेस. उस टाइम में वन ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आई सेड, आज सुबह पेट साफ हुआ क्या? ठीक है. सो आई नो इट्स फनी, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज, टू योर पॉइंट, आई थिंक we all need very little, right? And everything around आपका गुरूर रहता है, आपने कहा. It's very interesting point. I'm actually going to probably reflect on that. But I think it's also very interesting that unless you want something, you don't create, right? So creation comes from a desire to create.
Correct.
And sometimes that can be a material desire, right?
Right.
And so I want a better house or a bigger house. Is that desire bad? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know where I am, but I certainly want things.
Okay.
Earlier, I used to feel guilty about wanting more material things. I don't know, maybe it was my programming or whatever. I don't feel like it's wrong to want things. I think I want them, but if I get them, don't get them, I'm not so worried about it.
Does not impact you that much.
It used to before. But it doesn't so much anymore.
Okay.
And I think the reflection helps there.
Yes. I was coming to that because, and I'll take a pause because there are a lot of people जो ऊपर से तो बोल देंगे यार मेरे को नहीं चाहिए मोह माया, क्या करना है, बट बैक ऑफ द माइंड यार मेरे को तो चाहिए. नो, एंड अगेन गोइंग बैक, बिकॉज दैट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग फॉर द माइंड एंड साइकोलॉजी, इज बिकॉज वन साइड आई एम सेइंग टू माई माइंड I don't need anything. I'm very happy and content in my space and all those things. Back of the mind ये भी चल रहा है यार कुछ रेवेन्यू नहीं आ रहा है या बिजनेस ग्रो नहीं हो रहा है. सो नाउ योर माइंड इज एट अ वेरी कन्फ्लिक्टिंग पोजिशन. इधर यू से येस आई नीड और इधर यू से नो आई डोंट नीड. नाउ व्हेन वन साइड यू आर सेइंग येस, एंड जैसा आपने बोला कि यू यूज्ड टू हैव दिस कि हाँ मेरे को चाहिए, and there is no contradiction in terms of my mind. I think that helps also. You have that kind of a clarity, like you mentioned कि हाँ मेरे को पहले फर्क पड़ता था, अब शायद मेरे को उतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता है.
हाँ, और मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा कि मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, राइट, लाइक
Understood. हाँ.
राइट, एंड आई don't have the capability, I don't have it, right?
Correct.
And it's not what I want. But I think it just affects me less, and I think reflection helps me. अभी हम लोग ने बात करी सातों सुख हैं, right? Gratitude में जीना reflection से आ जाता है.
Correct.
Right? When you reflect, you feel grateful for what you have. And I have, with God's grace, more than what 99% I think, and I think you do. Me,
absolutely.
You know, most of us, a lot of us who are in the same zone probably have more than 90% on the planet.
Correct.
And if you are still stressed or not happy, I mean, I guess only the thing lacking is reflection.
Brilliant. I think it come across as a very big tool, and and lot of possibilities also exist in terms of reflecting things.
Oh my God. I mean, when you reflect, it just unlocks possibilities, nothing else.
Absolutely.
I mean, reflection, in fact, one of the key practices in Adhyatmic science, I would say, Adhyat, because spirituality is a science, is reflection. If you don't reflect, you can't have a spiritual side to you.
Yeah.
And I believe that.
Absolutely. I think it also helps us to understand our purpose, whether we are moving in the right direction, and a lot of things come out. Most of, like you mentioned about why, you mentioned about purpose, and I so much fond of this statement that if you know who you are, what you want to do in life, you will be absolutely chaos free. I was having a chat with ma'am when we were waiting for you. So उसमें एक ऐसी बात है, तो बोले कि when we do coaching and understand people, क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं, so all successful people and all, so बोले आप क्या पूछते हो? मैंने कहा पूछते हैं, नॉर्मल चिट चैट करते हैं. तो वन और सेकंड और थर्ड क्वेश्चन ऑफ माइन इज कि रात में नींद कैसी आती है, हाउ डू यू स्लीप? एंड यार करवट बदलते रहता हूँ, इधर उधर होते रहता हूँ. सो फॉर मी, लाइक if you're reflecting upon what you want in life, and if you're doing that, first thing which will come to you is like a complete sound sleep, and without karvat badalna ya 3 बार जगह change करना and all those things. So I think it's a learning for all of us, including me, that reflecting back on lot of things which are not working for us, it opens up that Pandora of possibilities. I think it has done it for
absolutely
for you
no
also
doubt.
In terms of your all businesses and everything. Superb. I think those learning will stay for me personally. I never had these kind of conversation with you, and I think I could see a lot of emotion coming out on your face when you started talking about spirituality. And I am a person who loves catching energy, yeah. And your eyes were filled with kind of tears when you talk about more of spiritual journey. So it gives a reflection to all the entrepreneurs out there that possibilities do exist. You have to continuously grow, but at the same time you have to be very clear and reflecting upon what you want and what energizes you in life.
Yeah. I think energy is very important. I mean, I think I used to only think in terms of time and maximizing time. But time, if you are de-energized, it'll suck up your time.
Absolutely.
So actually, energy is probably more important than time, but both are important. To be able to be reflective of your time, your energy, building good filters.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do you decide one way or the other? So I think my why allows me to filter out things.
Brilliant.
Like great opportunities come seemingly so, but if they are not aligned with what you are trying to do,
yes,
then you can filter out and say that ये ना हाँ अच्छा लग रहा है, पर maybe it's a distraction because again am I lying to yourself? So everything is connected. मेरा why ये है लिखा हुआ,
And I'm
ये
getting
उससे
सब
मैच नहीं कर रहा है, तो आई एम ओके टू नॉट फॉलो माई वाई. सो एम आई लाइंग टू माई सेल्फ?
Brilliant.
So I think that, you know, for me, that journey has been about becoming aware of, oh, I've written about my why. I follow this practice. I say these things. Am I practicing them? And I think the reflection really does help.
You mentioned again a very interesting thing which you mentioned. So कभी-कभी क्या होता है, like suppose you're not a social or party animal kind of.
I don't know. Some people say I'm very extroverted.
Okay.
I think of myself as introverted.
Okay.
So I don't know the meaning of these things anymore, and I don't know how useful they are.
Okay, so suppose I don't want to go for a particular social party or something. I avoid those kind of thing. Then at the same time, all of your friends, they are into that zone. And I don't feel that मेरे को वहाँ होना चाहिए था, because I know I don't want to be. But somewhere or other, I want to understand, आपके जो friend है, आपके साथ भी होता होगा, that they say come on this day. You say no, I have to spend time with my son.
Yeah.
Today I can't do and all. So उनके मन में, or the people who are in your social circle and all, do they feel that Jay being arrogant about यार जब बोलते हैं ऐसा दिखाता है? Because I'm telling normal psychology, because people who have not gone into this particular journey, probably some of them might feel that you are being, you know, यार जैसे बोलते हैं बड़ा दिखाता है यार, अपने आप को ही
earlier
समझता
na,
है.
it's a very interesting thing that you said.
हाँ.
So, you know, people who know me closely, there is a group that we meet weekly, right? Of business owners, and become good friends. They know me very well.
Right.
So they're like, Jay ना बोलेगा. ठीक है? वो बोलेगा. And so they have accepted me. It's my safe space. But you are right. I have been told sometimes that, dude, like, what's up with you? Why are you like this? Right? And I think at that time I used to be like, why are they asking me this? Like, I didn't say anything to them, right? And I think that I realize, I don't know. In many cases I don't know, but I think that it's not that important. So it's very another. I think it is Sri Kumar Rao. I read his book, which I shared with you. I think I've gifted you that book. A book had huge impact on me. He was talking about people, like how he struggled with speaking in front of people, right? Because he felt that he did not sound good. And I have been there. So I have heard myself recorded.
Yeah.
I probably won't like how this is going to sound also. But the point being, he said his coach or his teacher taught him that stop worrying about you. When you are in a room full of people who are there to listen to you. Only focus on what you can do to help them. The moment that awareness changes and it goes away from you and to what your purpose is, I think these things become less stressful.
Superb. I
right?
That,
For me, I am responsible for what I write. So if I say I'm going to wake up and I know that I go to the party and I'm going to be there till 1. That means I am saying I'm okay to not follow what I have written. So I think, you know, like you said, it's very few things. Don't lie to yourself. Be kind to your mind. That requires you to it actually probably simplifies your decision making to a very large extent, right? The question is whether, I think it's a question of courage. You know, do you have the courage to chase your dreams, or do you lack in courage to chase your dreams? Right? Courage is a word that I really like, and it is resonating with me. You know, do I have the courage to take the leap? Do I not have the courage? You know, so, and sometimes it's okay to not have the courage. Right? You need to build your capability to have courage. So, kab aayega, nahi aayega, it's okay. I mean, you know.
And the book, The Courage to be Disliked.
Correct. And that is the book that sort of also, you know, another inflection point. That book. Right. That book was, many books have really had a massive impact on the way I have probably reached where I do about and think about the way I do things.
Great. I think personally for me, this discussion has been an eye-opener. You know, the reflection, the way you think, how those spiritual practice keep you aligned, you know, being kind, doing less, identify your energy, where you want to spend time, which area you don't want to spend time. You know, somebody asked me, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, sab, and thak jata hoga. And again, I'm very okay and appreciative of this fact that people around me are like that, who were very concerning and caring about my health and my everything. But whenever I am doing these things, whenever I'm talking to people, whenever I'm helping them out in whatever way, doesn't matter to me for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Sunday, or night or evening, nothing, because that don't drain me. That actually put me into more energetic situation.
Yeah.
You know, somebody asked me, can you do this session what time? मैंने कहा रात में नींद में उठा के ही बोलोगे तो करूंगा, because that is my zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think
Energizes you.
It energizes you. So I think that's great learning. So before we, come closer to this interesting conversation, as the name for our podcast is a Potli, again from Dua's Knowledge Potli, I want from your side, just in summary, 1, 2, 3 very specific words or liners, 1 to 3 liner, which you want to put into this Potli, so that audience also who are watching this, they can take, because objective of our doing this podcast is people can learn from your life. They can learn from the best practices that you have been following. So any 2, 3 things which you want to give is to our Potli over here.
I don't know. I mean, Sanjay, I think from our discussion, I would say just, build awareness. Don't do random things, right? Write down the things that energize you and that don't energize you. So it's very important to know what to do, and also important what not to do. Right? I think people don't write what not to do. And then they get. So I think, if you write, and the question is, these are the things that energize me, these are the things that don't energize me. There will be a lot of things that don't energize you but are very, very important.
You have to,
right? So you have to figure out how to manage that.
Yeah.
Right? But if you do it with intention, you will, as long as you do enough things that energize you, I think it makes it easier to do the things that don't energize you. When energy ka thoda net positive rahega, to everything is okay. I think that's, if there is something, and do less.
Super. I think thanks, Jay, for sharing that. I think just for the audience summarization, very beautifully explained, Jay, that make a list of things that energize you, that don't energize you. Say more no to the things which you don't like to do. What it happens is like what Jay was mentioning about, when you do this kind of reflection and write it down in a piece of a paper or a journaling, it actually helps you to identify a lot of other possibilities in your life.
Yes.
So, if something is not working, good to have a pause. Good to have a reflection. Sit in this kind of an ambience, yeah. This guy has created autopilot system, but he don't work on autopilot. That's for sure. He take a lot of pause. He take a lot of reflection. And I think for me, I think this conversation was absolute an eye opener. That because if something is not working, if you're not able to identify opportunities, it's don't push. Take a pause. And I think I was doing a workshop, and I don't know how much, but I was doing a workshop and I asked people like, what is that one thing which you learned from the session and which you want to implement? It was a presentation skills workshop. So there was one entrepreneur who mentioned, Sanjay, one thing which I liked about the entire workshop was the pause. Where to pause in speaking, where to pause in doing things. I think that actually helps us in the entire journey. So thank you so much, Jay, once again. I think it was pleasure to have you over here. And thank you so much for giving those magic tips to our Potli also.
Yeah, and thank you for having me and, having this conversation. I have a few things to reflect on also after this. So thank you, Sanjay,
Great.
and thank you for your friendship.
Thanks, Jay. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. So we'll take a break now. And we'll come again with the next, I would say, the episode for Potli of Possibility. A lot of interesting guests we have been talking to. So let's see who can come on board, and see you in the next episode of Potli of Possibility. Till then, take care and have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.